Hello, this is Harvest. I'm back at it again with another video for AFK Journey, this time focusing on how to play the Wilder faction to the best of your abilities in Honor Duel. The Wilders are, I think, a fairly weak faction right now in Honor Duel because they lost Irian in the Honor Duel hero pool. And what they got in return was Florabelle, and although Florabelle is really good, Irian was really the linchpin for the entire Wilder faction because he worked really well with other Wilder units such as Arden and Granny and Parisa. But without Irian, there really isn't a way to have an immediate impact on the game, and the Wilders suffer from being a very grindy faction without Irian. They can still be very competitive in Honor Duel because they're strong against the Graveborn and other burst teams, because burst teams typically lack a way to sustain or grind out games. And so the Wilders are in a bit of a rough spot. I would only pick them if you have a good artifact and you have no other better choice, right? The draft or the start that I have right now on the screen is actually a good example of this. So I'm not going to go with Carolina, although Carolina is usually very good with her signature artifact. The other two heroes are Lightbearer, Lucius and Rowan, so I'm not really attracted to that. The second one here, this control effect oriented rock necklace composition, I really don't like. Cassidy is a really so-so unit, an average unit, and she's very bad at the start of the game, and so I'd say that's out for me. And so I'm basically only left with either randoming or going with Pure Nectar, which increases legendary and mythic heroes' basic stats soon after the battle starts. I think this artifact is quite strong. These basic stats actually give you a big advantage in mirror matches, and mirror matches are actually very common in Honor Duel because the higher elo you get, the more meta people play, right? And so when you get more meta compositions, that means you're often going to encounter the same units over and over again. So Pure Nectar is actually very great at breaking mirror matches. It's also very strong individually by itself. It's all around a good defensive and offensive artifact, so I tend to pick it up whenever I see it. The heroes that we have are also quite good, but they are, like I said earlier about the Wilders, they're a really slow-burning faction. So this is a faction that you're most likely to get 0 wins on if you're not able to upgrade your units quickly. And Arden is a good example of that. Arden is essentially a useless unit until he is mythic. And with Parisa, she's actually very strong even at the start of the game, but she really starts to shine in the mid game and late game, right? And the same is true for Granny. Granny is actually very weak at the start because she's usually not able to survive the early onslaught. But once she's able to survive that initial burst, she starts to really shine. So hopefully I'll be able to showcase this sort of different play style using the Wilder faction. So let's get right into it. I've worked on my sound quality and my audio settings, and so hopefully this sounds a lot better and it's closer to my actual real life voice. So let's begin. As usual, a triple Hewin. I haven't seen a triple like that, I don't think ever, so this is a pretty good start. Hewin is one of the best PvP healers, both in Arena and Honor Duel. I need a 5th unit, so I am going to pick up this random pack, and I got an Arden, so I'm okay with that. In terms of items, I would like to get the bracelet for Parisa so that she can get her ult faster. Her ult is really strong. And when I get my Parisa built up a little bit, I'll talk to you about why I think Parisa is really strong in Honor Duel. But the bow is also quite decent, but I really want the bracelet to get her ult up faster. The Beast King's Claw, which increases ult damage by 40%, is also pretty good on Parisa as well, because she could one-shot most enemies in the early and mid-game with just that item. I'm not interested in the bell or this bow right now, so I'm just going to go into the match. It's a good thing that I got that Hue in, not only because of her healing, but because of my artifact. I want to upgrade my units faster than I normally would. You know, I normally prioritize items over units in the early and mid-game. But this artifact is going to sort of slightly shift me towards upgrading my units more. I'm going to place Hewin and Lumon. Just, I don't want to reveal my game plan to the opponent ever, so I'm going to place both of these units down. Like this, and then I'm gonna reserve Brutus here with his sick new Song of Strife skin.
The most beautiful flowers can have
Put
the
Parisa
sharpest
here.
thorns.
I'm gonna reveal Brutus last so that I can play around Vala just like this. So that I play that perfectly. I'm gonna pick Arden over Smokey because I need damage right now. Reese is very strong against the Wilders, so I really need to be able to kill this Reese quickly. So it wasn't very quick, but got the job done. Nothing really quick. The Wilders are, like I said, are not a burst damage faction without Irian. So they have to sort of sustain the initial burst and win that way. And Parisa is a key unit to doing that. You can see she did the most damage with no items and no upgrade. Flora is an excellent unit, so I am going to pick her up. Bracelet. I think I'm gonna. I might actually pick up the Beast King's Claw because I just want more damage. It's really important that you one-shot enemies with Parisa because the time in between ultimates is of course significant, and also. In PvP, obviously, the quicker you get it down to 5 versus 4, the much higher chance you have of winning, right? So the brace is also good on Flora early on as well, so I think I might get it for her. And then I am gonna sell Smokey because I'm never gonna use him, but I'm gonna keep Lumon and Brutus around because they're great meat shields, except especially Brutus. So I'll probably hold on to Brutus for a while, especially because I don't have Granny. Oh, there she is. Okay, so I am gonna pick up this copy of Granny, and then go into the next match. Damien, we're not going to pick up because we've already have an upgraded Hewin, and sometimes you do want to have 2 healers, but I need damage. Pale Crown. So I'm going to be placing my units in a way to try to avoid being on a symmetrical tile. Because Sylvina attacks symmetrical tiles, similar to Rainier, right? So I can very safely place my units here.
The most beautiful flowers can have the sharpest
because
thorns.
these are not symmetrical, and then these 2 tiles here are also not symmetrical. Yeah, so let me... Granny is actually really strong against Graveborn, so I'm going to place her here. But she has such low survivability early on with no items. Okay, so Sylvina is there. So I'm gonna place the Brutus on the tile that is symmetrically opposite to Sylvina, taking some pressure off of my Granny, and then I'm gonna put Hugh in here as well. The Thorin is all the way in the back. I'm not sure why the opponent did that. Generally you want Thorin in the front so that his retaliation strikes has a chance of striking the entire enemy party. Maybe he was worried about a Vala, but he has Igor already, so there's no real need to place him that way. Yeah, so an easy 5-0 there.
Everyone's doing great.
My artifact gets upgraded. It heals the target an extra 15% of their max HP with each casting. And then, oh, perfect. It grants all Wilder heroes 15 haste. This is really OP. So I'm really happy to see that. And then 2 Parisas, a faction pack. This is really good. I'm gonna go for the guaranteed upgrade on Parisa right now, just because of my artifact. I am gonna go ahead and sell Lumont, because now I have 2 tanks that I can use to counter Vala or Sylvina. Just to you know, make some room. And let me. Yeah, I can't. The bow is okay. Should I push my advantage? Arden can use this bow later as well. If I can get him upgraded. I'm gonna reserve. I would instead like to get Beast King's Claw on Parisa, and then the other blue item that I would like is a defensive item for my Granny.
Get behind me, children.
Are you calling me? Well, let's begin our lesson.
Okay, some Maulers and some Wilders here.
The most beautiful flowers can have the sharpest thorns.
Arden or Brutus? I kind of need more beef, because I think the chance that they have a Reese is high, and Reese is quite strong against the Wilders. I actually may get wrecked by Reese, yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to burn him down. Yeah, this is not looking good for me because Parisa isn't targeting Reese, she's targeting Entendre. Okay. Okay, she got Reese that time, so that's... You see how she's winning now because she's doing a lot of work now because the match is grinding out so that there's like this flower on everybody, and every time she ults, her ult affects everyone that has this flower on them. That's why the longer the match goes, the stronger Parisa gets. That's also why she's so strong in battle drills, because the battle drills strongholds are very long, right? They take a long time to kill. Hopefully I can win this, but that Entendre is, like, really tanky. Yeah, so it's a draw. I'm okay with that, considering how badly that was going at the start, with the Parisa not targeting the Reese. I think that's okay. I'm not too upset. Okay, defensive item. So this is good. I'm gonna buy this for Granny right away. I could have bought the Leaf as well, but I feel that the shield is better at protecting against burst damage, and that's the main way that Granny dies. She gets bursted down before she can ult.
Get behind me, children.
Because of the opponent's artifact, I'm expecting an aggressive lineup with Sylvina, Vala, and Seth. These are, like, very possible, so I'm going to place my Granny kind of defensively in the back as a result.
Well, let's begin our lesson. Are you calling me?
Yes, as I predicted, there is a Vala. So Brutus is perfect to draw fire away from my back line. Things are looking good for me. One thing that makes the Wilders strong is that their incredible sustain makes it so that units like Vala, Sylvina, Seth, they are much less effective. Because the assassin units, they struggle when they're not able to kill their targets. This is a really bad draw here. Leica is not very useful. She has synergy with Flora, but she really falls off quickly after the early game. So I'm not happy to see that. And the Damien I don't need because I'm already having Hewin, so that was really unlucky on my part here. What is this item? Not so great. All right, well, I'm not under that much pressure. I have 3 lives and 3 wins, I believe, so I'll just keep going. Looks like this is another Wilder mirror match.
Get behind me, children.
Well, let's begin our lesson. Are you calling me?
Okay. A pretty aggressive, much more bursty lineup because of the Byron with the item than mine. So this could be quite challenging for me to win. I am gonna use Brutus because he's a Mauler and he gets damage bonus, I think. Or should I use Arden here? I'll go ahead and use Arden. I want the full faction bonus here. I think that's better. In a mirror match you need basically any small advantage. It looks like though I'm gonna lose. Not sure. I guess the Byron is just the difference there, and he had an item as well. So our first loss, no big deal. Another Arden, which I'll pick up. And then Parisa Force. I'm looking for copies of units, essentially. And only good purple items at this point. Hunting armor would be great for my granny. Hunting armor basically gives Brutus's ability to any unit that wears it, so that would be a good item. No luck. Another faction pack. This will it's unlikely this will actually have any effect right now. But I'm just gonna buy it anyway. Okay, yeah. Pretty decent, but not the greatest. This is a Graveborn Carolina team. So I feel pretty good, although my granny is like really low level here. So depending on the investment that the opponent has, I can get steamrolled even though I should have an advantage.
The world has its own rules.
The most beautiful
I think there's a good
flowers
argument
have
to
the
go with Byron here, but just because of my artifact, I'm going to be using my upgraded Arden. Yeah, unfortunately the Sylvina is targeting my Parisa. She's gonna die. I definitely could have played that better, I think. Yeah, this is a loss. So I'm down to 1 life. Which is not great. Considering I have no items, I'm not that close to upgrading to Mythic. Okay, Gaze of Power. Okay, so Hewin... Yeah, this is such an awkward position, because if Hewin were Mythic and had the Gaze of Power, that would be excellent. But I'm kind of priced into buying these. Because I have only 92. If I buy both, I get 50. So it is possible I can get a copy of Hewin. Okay. The Gaze I can also put on Flora, even though she's very low leveled. Leica, we don't care about. Okay, so there's the last Hewin. So I think this is good. I'm gonna place it on her because Hewin's Mythic plus gives, or Mythic ability gives damage reduction, which is really good. It also gives her initial starting energy, which means that her second heal will also come up very quickly with the Gaze of Power on. Parisa, Flora, so these are 2 good ones. So this item, Night Raven, is also something that I will buy just so that I give myself the best chance to not lose this round. Because I'm down to only 1 life. I have to buy items to have an impact. This item is not especially synergistic, but it is decent. It gives stats, right? So I am gonna go buy this. I am gonna put it on. It would be probably best to put it on Parisa, even though she doesn't really gain much from stats. I would have liked to put it on Granny, but Granny needs to be survive. Like, she needs to survive, right? So I prefer that blue item on her.
Get behind me, children.
Are you calling me? Well, let's begin our lesson.
Vala, okay. So my Brutus is here, so I
The most
can
beautiful
limit the
flowers can
impact
have
of the
the
Vala.
sharpest thorns.
It is also okay for Hewin to be targeted, but just because I can play around the Vala, I am gonna opt to do that. Oh, I need to place Parisa on a tile actually where she is alone. Yeah. Oh, it actually may not be possible here. Oh yeah, I messed up. That's really bad. So she won't get the effect of Night Raven, which is really bad, but you live and learn. Oh wait, but they have this artifact that makes it so that they can't cast ultimates. Maybe I shouldn't have played around the Vala. Yeah. Vala without her ult is not very useful. Yeah, so my Parisa won that, thankfully.
Victory blooms most beautifully.
Copies, so all copies of units that I need, so that's great. I'm gonna prioritize here Parisa and Flora. And then, well, I'll buy this, and then hopefully I'll get lucky here. Hunting armor though. Do I go for hunting armor or upgrading my units? I think because of this artifact, I want to upgrade my units. It is likely that I'll be able to upgrade 3 of the units that I have. So, okay, Arden. Do I just bite the bullet? I only have 30 gold left. If I... It's Do I roll the dice, try to get 1 copy of Parisa for 15, or Arden, or Flora? I think I will just bite the bullet. I wouldn't if I had 2 lives, but because I have 1 life, I kind of have to do that. Arden is significantly better at Mythic Plus, or at Mythic, so I think this is an okay move on my part. I am gonna sell the units I don't need, like Leica here. I don't need Byron, I don't need Damien. I'm gonna keep Brutus probably until the end of the match. Carolina, a Graveborn team.
Get behind me, children.
Are you calling me?
This map makes it awkward for me to place my Arden on a tile by himself. I am gonna try, though. It's extremely awkward. Actually, it's probably going to be impossible unless I move my granny here. Yeah. We'll do it this way. I'm running out of time. Okay.
The most beautiful flowers can have the sharpest
Definitely
thorns.
Parisa. Arden, I think I might
Has its own rules.
put out here in the wilderness. Or do I just put him in the more defensive position? I'm gonna be a little greedy and try to go for the stats here. Yeah, it looks like that paid off, actually. I'm not out of the woods yet, but... oh, this looks really bad for me. My units just didn't kill their Carolina. Okay. That was very dicey, but we got it. Just a single copy of Granny, which kind of sucks. This item is really good on Parisa. So is the Fire Dance. I really just need units right now, so I'm not gonna buy that. A Flora. No, I'm not gonna buy it. I think the hunting armor is actually more important than getting Granny to legendary. I need a Parisa. That would be the best for me right now. There we go. Okay. Hopefully this means I am starting to stabilize. This Night Raven is actually very awkward to play around. Because the Wilders have a very, like, squishy lineup. The Night Raven is best on, like, durable melee units or assassin characters, right? I picked it up only because I needed an item to possibly get to the end game here. Yeah, do it this way.
Get behind me, children!
Are you calling me? Well, let's begin our lesson.
If they have an assassin, so be it. I just have to place my units. Mythic Sylvina with Gaze of... not Mythic Cessia with Gaze of Power here, so...
Can have the sharpest thorns.
I am gonna kind of space out my units so that I don't get as affected by the AoE stun. My Huin is kind of in a really awkward position. Yeah, this Granny should be huge for me, even though she's had no ascendancies. Yeah.
Forest wisdom.
It looked easy, but like my units are just in a weird, like, awkward. The positioning of them is really awkward. So we don't need the Paresis. I have a lot of gold now, so I am gonna go ahead and buy this. This item is actually good on Arden as well, but we can go like this. Oh, should I buy another one for Arden here? I think there is actually a really good argument to be made to do that. A Fire Dance I would like, just to give my team more burst potential. Yeah, I think I'll wait for Fire Dance. Fire Dance is a item that instant casts ult at the start and gives 20% damage increase on ultimates. A lot of Ardens, which I don't need anymore. Yeah, I could... I'm gonna do this and then try to get, yeah, nothing. I was looking for a Gaze of Power for my Flora, but no luck there. I think this is fine. With this artifact that the enemy has, I expected an aggressive lineup, like with Seth, Sylvina, because it's all focused on burst. I'm also going to be placing my units more defensively towards the back to slow them down, because this thing reduces your HP by half in the first 20 seconds of the fight. So, Brutus actually would be very good here. Because he has the immunity bubble, so I think I might actually do that.
Flowers can have the sharpest thorns.
Reese, okay.
Has its own
Just kind of have to play into the Mauler my weakness against Maulers. Because this Naked Brutus is not gonna have much of an effect. Against the Mauler team. I just have to grind out this win. get rid of the Reese. The Reese is the biggest threat here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so my Hewin with the Gaze of Power helped win that.
Victory blooms most beautifully.
Double floor, which is excellent. Gaze of Power. So this... I will buy this for Flora. It's only 20 gold, and I'm at 1 life. So I just have to keep pressing my advantage whenever I can. I have to improve my team's power however I can and whenever I can. I mean, you do that anyway at 3 lives as well, but maybe not as aggressively, right? You can afford to save money, for example, but in my case, I need to spend all the gold that I have. This is a shame. Obviously, if I were playing more conservatively, I would have been able to upgrade my Flora or Granny to Mythic. But of course, there was no way I would have known that's a possibility, right? So I think I still made the correct call. What I am going to do, though, is lock this double Flora and then fish for a single copy of Granny. Because I have some extra gold to be able to do that. If I sell Brutus, yeah, I have 1 more roll here. No. Okay. That's a shame, but I wish you could sell items in the game, but you can't do that. So if I win this round, I'll be in a pretty strong position because I'll have a Mythic Flora with Gaze of Power.
Get behind me, children.
Are you calling me? Well, let's begin our lesson.
Sylvina. There's actually good argument for me to deploy my Brutus here. Or do I just burn through? I'm gonna try to burn through because there's no Pale Crown, so I'm gonna just try to burn through the Sylvina. Yeah, their composition was really weird. My units just have too much sustain.
Victory blooms most beautifully.
I'm only 1 win. I'm 1 win away. Even though I think I almost started the game with 1 life remaining. So this just shows you, like, you don't give up, right? You should just play your games out. So I'm just gonna buy this Granny. I could actually just fish as well, try to get better items like Fire Dance. But I could also get unlucky and not get that final copy. I'm just gonna buy it. It's not like my Arden has no items, so it's okay for me to do that. This item is not that great on Arden. We haven't seen a single copy of Fire Dance. This item is also not bad. It doubles the duration of his root ability, which I think is 3 seconds or something like that. Yeah, 2 seconds. So it would be 4 seconds of immobility. I don't know, but I would prefer a damaging item. Not that one. Oh, okay, so I might have no choice and actually get... Oh, what is this? Heals the weakest ally. No. One more refresh and see what I get. Okay, so the control effect gauntlet is... It looks like that's it. I could also get the endurance ring, which... Because I have a grindy team, actually this might be the best option right now. And replace the Night Raven, because the Night Raven doesn't give me good flexibility on position. So I'll buy this. Yeah. This is quite a long video. I guess it's because I was down to only 1 life and I just kept winning, right? So it's a longer video than expected, but hopefully this is helpful for you. I don't play the Wilders very often, so it took a while to get to this video. Many of my past Wilder games I would lose in 4 matches right away, just because of
Well, let's begin our lesson.
how poor they are against burst damage if you don't get the ball rolling. If you don't get your units to Mythic, they are way worse than other factions a lot of the time. So it looks like a mirror match. They have a Leica, and then they have a Byron. So Byron is a big threat, but Leica is just not a good character, so... I'm liking my chances here, but that Byron can wreck me. Yeah, they also have no control, so that's like a mistake. You need interactivity in PvP. So if you have no control or interactivity with the opponent, then the opponent can do whatever they want. So that's a recipe for disaster. I don't know what that was about, that composition, but yeah, definitely my units here really did well. Granny is a key unit for the Wilders. So is, I would say Parisa as well in Honor Duel, because of how she can win you these grindy matches. And then third, I would say, would be a healer like Huan or Damien. And then I think Flora is also really excellent. And then Arden, I think he's a unit that can really frustrate you if you don't get him to Mythic. So just be aware of that. You don't want to draft him late in the game. You need copies of him early. So yeah, that was how to win an Honor Duel using the Wilders faction. Hopefully that was helpful for you. If it was, give me a like, ask me any questions in the comments section or on Discord. Wish you the best of luck in this new season and also in Honor Duel. Take care now. Bye-bye.